Travis Scott, man, I'm over here munching in your ears. But your boy hungry. I ain't gonna lie. I'm hungry. I'm gonna finish chopping first. The wife done made some chili. Look at that. I'm tearing up a little bit because it's spicy, but look, I'm not a spicy food person. But I'm hungry. I'm eating it anyway. But it's hot for me. Man, this joint is hot. Spicy. Eating beans at my age at night is bad business. Shout out to everybody who's tapped in. I know people are still joining up right now. What's good with y'all? Well, finally, you get to see that Travis Scott website is up. There's a small delay here, I see, but it's all good. The Travis Scott website is up and running. I haven't been off. Stop wilding. All right. I need to put this to the side. This mug is spicy. Shout out to everybody's tapped in, man. What up? Who's in the build with me? Who's in the build with your boy? Say what up in the comment section. I'm gonna take a look at nice kicks. Shout out to everybody who hit that like button. I appreciate you. We're gonna take a look at nice kicks. Best Air Jordan 13s of all time. A couple of things going on. Number one, I don't know why it's so dark. Anyway, I don't know why it's so dark right now where I'm at. Look at that. I wipe off the lens and it lightens up. Man, I didn't know why it was so dark. Looked like I was chilling in the dark. Now I look all light-skinned. Look at that. One little wipe of the camera. And we got light. What up? What's good? Yo, what up? What's good with you? My bad. I'm over here eating and drinking on camera. I'm old. My guts don't handle seltzer water the way it used to. So I'm about to burp. I know I am. Santiago in the build. What up, man? Shout out to everybody who's in the build, man. We're going to jump into this list. Had a little bit of time, so I wanted to tap in real quick. Do you like Air Jordan 13s? Let's knock out some business real quick, though, because, man, my mouth is on fire. Pause on that. I don't do spicy food, so wife just made some chili, and yeah, I'm tearing up a little bit. Yeah, that's where we're at. It's hot. All right, let's go ahead and share screen. Let's get on over to these joints, right? Yeah. We got the countdown. Finally, they stopped playing with our emotions. Now look, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but y'all already know how these Travis Scott release goes. Of course, there are going to be people that hit on a couple of pairs, but It's going to be very bot heavy. It's going to be an almost impossible kick to cop, but we're still going to put our name in a hat and try for it. So anyone who's interested, y'all already know the information. I ain't saying nothing new. TravisScott.com. Air Jordan 1 Low SP fragment. Saturday, noon, PT, Pacific time. 1 day. 13 hours, 53 minutes, and 49 seconds and counting. And this kick is finally going to be getting released. Before I jumped on tonight, what I was doing was I was editing my video for the if you have any Air Max. Man, I'm sweating. I'm like literally sweating. Wow, this is embarrassing. I goes to show you. I do not eat spicy food. That's crazy. Because I'm over here sweating. I just had some chili my wife made, and my tongue is literally on fire. I'm trying to take my mind off of it. He needs some milk. All right. I just dropped a video. Oh, hold on a second. Let me see. I was waiting for it to upload the little music on there or whatever. It's still processing. So anyway, I just made my video of the Air Max 95, the SB, the Eric Costin Obsidian colorway, the kick. I haven't had an Air Max 95 since I don't know, like 2017, 2018. That's how long it's been since I had an Air Max 95. So I finally copped those, you know, and made a video on that. So when y'all get a second, you know what I'm saying? Show your boy some love, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody who's here. You know that I am on the road to becoming fully monetized. And I try to go live as often as I can, because becoming monetized on YouTube is not an easy journey. For some, it is easy. For most, it ain't. So realistically speaking, I need about 550 hours of watch time, and I'm going to meet the threshold. My plan is to get there by the end of this month. That's my plan. If it goes a little bit longer, I'm cool with it. But definitely before the end of the year, I'm going to be monetized. But my plan is to really knock it out the park. So that means that I'm going to go live a lot. So shout out to everybody who's tapped in. Anyway, let's get into this list. Mookie in the build. What up? What's good? What's good with you? Let's dig into this list. So if you have any Air Jordan 13 fans in the house, then tap in and just put 13 in the comment section. I like 13s. We're going to go over Nice Kicks list of the best Air Jordan 13s. However, I think I can admit that this year, number one, we haven't received any Jordan 13s. Have we? And if we did get a Jordan 13 in 2025, I can tell you right now, I have not purchased one. And I like 13s. I know we're supposed to get those Flints. I believe that's next year. Then I also heard that they were canceled. But all right, let's bring this list up. Let's take a look at this list and see what the deal is. Now, also, as usual, just to let y'all know, I have not looked at this list in advance, so I do not know what's on it. But I will share with you my personal opinion about the Jordan 13. My favorite 13s that I like are the ones that have like the 3M stitching and the threading. That just happens to be like my favorite 13. But let's take a look at this list. Let's see what the deal is. All right, and keep in mind that this is Nice Kicks list, which they tend to have like a decent list. I'm not gonna lie. I don't be agreeing with everything, but they do tend to have decent lists when it comes to this stuff. All right, so the Air Jordan 13, designed by Tinker Hatfield and inspired by Michael Jordan's Black Cat persona. The Air Jordan 13 combines performance with unmatched style. Over the years, has been released in numerous colorways that have cemented their place in sneaker culture. Here's our list of the top 13 Air Jordan 13s of all time, counting down to the very best. So I am curious to see what's on this list. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Now, this right here is actually a pretty nice kick. I do not have the Hyper Royals. I actually wouldn't mind having a pair of these. But coming at number 13 is going to be the Hyper Royal. Now, this is the black version. Once again, this is an example of that 3M reflective material that I like. So I do like this 3M reflective material. Yeah, there we go. This material right here, I do like. This is kind of like my favorite style of 13. Even though I do have a few pairs of 13s, this is like my favorite style. So Air Jordan 13 Hyper Royal. King Midas in the build. Hey King, let me get to you real quick. What do you think is going down on Saturday with the Travis Scott drop? It's only the people who got the emails in today who will be waiting for the WRL, right? To my knowledge, that's what I think. But even with that being said, we're still gonna just kind of stand by King Midas, because at the end of the day, we still don't know how this release is going to take place. We know it's going to get botted, right? Because I don't think the Travis Scott site even have like any type of heavy bot protection. But you know, we're still gonna try. So we're gonna keep our ear to the streets and kind of see what happens from there. But it's gonna be slim. It's gonna be some slim pickings. But look, we're still gonna try. It's all good. It's all good. King Midas in the build, by the way. What up? All right, so we got the Hyper Royals. Let's go ahead and move on. Here goes the white version as well. Now, me personally, I like the black version behind it, but that's primarily because, well, two reasons. I actually think the black colorway is actually better. But once again, I like that 3M stitching that's all within the body of the shoe. So I'm a fan of this 3M stitching, this reflective stitching right here. On the 13s, I think that looks so dope. That's like my preferred deal. But let's see what's on this list. These were released March 3rd, 2018 for the white, December 19th, 2020 for the black pair. Coming in both black and white version, this model includes a striking royal blue overlays against the clean black-white leather upper, making it a favorite among the fans of bold colorways. All right, so number 12. Ooh, I remember these, the Altitude. I remember these. All right, so number 12, we got the Air Jordan 13 Altitude. I do remember these. So even though we don't have that black stitching, that 3M stitching, you know, that I like, this is still a solid kick. I do remember these. Known for its striking black and green combination, the Altitude is a fan favorite that stands out on and off the court. We're looking at a release date, and it looks like this one has been retroed a few times. I've never had my hands on these. It's another solid 13. OG, let me see, the original release date was in 2005. Looks like it retroed in 2010 and also in 2017. I've never had these in the collection. Ooh, all right, check this out. Coming in at number 11, we got the Air Jordan 13 Island Green. Now, these right here, I actually still want a pair of these. It's something with this kind of like almost like a teal, but this Island Green right here, I like this. I've always liked the little 23 right here, kind of like in that cat eye. I've always liked this kick, and I've always wanted a pair of these. Yep, 2019. Yeah, the Tiffany. Okay. Yep, that Tiffany colorway showing up. All right, released November 9th, 2019, also known as the Tiffany AJ13. This colorway features a luxurious crocodile textured black leather upper. That's what it was. Remember that texture on there. With bold island green accents, adding a touch of spice to the AJ13 lineup. So these Jordan 13s right here, these island greens, I've always liked these. And because I've always liked them, I don't think they're going for too much. Let's take a look. Let's see what a size. Ooh, dang. 350. And the size 13 is 259. Now, see, now that's more like it. I'm not going to hold you. 259 is more like it. I don't mind. I I do not mind this kick. I've always wanted a pair of these joints. That's a StockX is showing. Let's see what Go got these for. Size 12, 364. Size 13, 254. I can definitely do a 13. So the prices are similar to StockX. All right, let's get and move on. I'm over here getting distracted because I'm like, I've always wanted a pair. All right, let's see what else we got on those lists. So coming in, ooh, yes, the green, the Boston joints, Air Jordan 13 Ray Allen PE. All right, bet. Let's go. All right, cool. So these are released July 23rd, 2011. This is coming in at what number? At number 10. Keep in mind, this is Nice Kicks best Air Jordan 13s of all times. And I want to say this list was released earlier this year, so in 2025. So at least this list isn't like super old. To my knowledge, I don't remember Jordan 13 dropping this year in 2025. So somebody correct me, help me out on that, because if we have had a drop, I didn't cop it. But I just can't think of a Jordan 13, at least not in the men's side. Who knows? Sometimes they be releasing grade school stuff. But to my knowledge, I don't remember receiving a Jordan 13 for 2025. Once again, this is a really nice kick here. Let me see. Designed to celebrate Ray Allen's becoming an NBA all-time leader in three-pointers, this pair features a Boston Celtic-inspired white and green colorway, with premium touches making it one of the most sought-after PEs. And they ain't never lie. I remember these joints, and this isn't bad. This isn't bad to come in at a number 10. Which now makes me curious on what else is on this particular list. If these PEs came in at number 10, but it's all good. Let's go ahead and keep it moving. See, now this is crazy because I remember this pair right here. I want to say this came out in 2023, and I passed on these wheats, and I do like the wheat colorway. I got some Jordan 6 wheats. Yep, this came out in 23. So oh man, that's funny that they put these wheats over the Ray Allen PEs. That's crazy to me. Because I passed on these wheats. All right. Release date. Original is 2004, and then there's OG, and then we had a retro in 2023. I do remember this. And I actually copped a pair of these for a friend of mine, actually. Two friends of mine. They're bowlers. Husband, wife. They went ahead and got these matching kicks. So I do like the wheats. I just never personally copped them or wanted them. But to see these wheats coming out of number 9, you know, that's pretty dope. Let me see. The wheat colorway exudes sophistication with its clean white leather upper contrasted by golden wheat suede overlays. This timeless design combines luxury with performance, making it a standout in the AJ13 lineup. I'm just curious. Let's see what these wheats are going for. Let me see. Oh man, what are these retail at? 12, size 12 is 223, or 13 is 252. That's not bad. Not bad. Yeah, I'm starting to like it. But yeah, I had passed up on these. I had ample opportunity to cop these joints. All right, let's go ahead and get back to the list. All right, coming in at number 8. Okay, we have a bin. So we got the Air Jordan 13 bin 23. All right, release date is August 21st, 2010. These have not been retroed, so it's looking like Part of the exclusive Bin 23 collection, this pair features premium materials including buttery red leather and unique wooden shoe trees, making it sought after by collectors. The Bin tends to put the wooden shoe trees inside of there. I'm gonna be honest with you, I've totally missed this kick. I'm not sure what I was doing back in 2010, but I was not on the sneaker, I tell you that. So let's take a look here. Let's take a lookie. Close that. Yeah, I figured. I already knew these were gonna be going for a little bit more. All right, so size 12. We have 31.59. Stop playing with me. $3,000 for size 12 in these joints. Yeah, materials are crazy on here though. Not even gonna hold you, materials are crazy. King Mighty said, I still have a pair of the Laker 13. Crispy! Local, what up? Shout out to everybody who's in the build. Said, what do you think about the new drop happening November 27th? The Black Cats. Shoot. Let me tell you. I I know y'all been seeing the videos of all of the squeaking going on. Now, from the looks of it, it appears that that squeak is happening. I just happen to have some Jordan 4s here. Would y'all believe, as long as I've had these Air Jordan 4 Rare Airs, I have never made a video on them. So I got them sitting out. That's gonna be one of the next videos. Coming. Now I'm squeezing this by the mic. Of course, you don't hear anything because these aren't any squeaky shoes. I just dropped it on my computer. But, all right, now what appears to be squeaking is the metallic tab, like this tab, the wing right there. That seems to be rubbing up against the materials here and creating like that squishy sound, that squeaking sound. And people are clowning about these shoes. Now, the bigger question is, honestly, it's a Black Cat 4, right? So I'm curious to see if people keep this same energy, because I know people are talking a lot of crap about the shoe, but at the end of the day, it's a Black Cat 4. It's not gonna have I think it's gonna be easy cop, right? It's not gonna have the same resale value, you know, that the OGs have, but I would tell you that squeak seems to be just kind of because of that this tab right here, that it's colored, it's kind of shiny, and that seems to be where the squeak is coming from. I don't know how you can eliminate that without, maybe if you got rid of that finish, you know, that was on there, to be honest with you, and you know, to take that away. But the question is really going to be, what is the energy going to be like on them kicks? Because a lot of people are like, yeah, they're good on them, but once again, it's a Black Cat 4, man. So we'll see how that turns out. Mr. Those Nice said, what, you finna to buy them? Nah, those Bin 13's. I just happen to be going through a random list tonight. Just figured I'd jump online real quick. And Nice Kicks, they tend to have like a decent list whenever they kind of talk about like the greatest whatevers of all times. So I like going over Nice Kicks list. So this is just a list that I pulled up. These Bin 13's. My bad. Let me go back to the list here. This came in at number 8 on Nice Kicks. 13 best Air Jordan 13s of all time. So we're at number 8. These were released in August 21st, 2010. Now these right here, I have a pair of these. Coming in at number 7, just to go on fishing. I'd rather be fishing. We got the Soulfly Air Jordan 13. I'd rather be fishing. Dope silhouette right here. It's a dope kick. I got a pair of these. Mine's is still dead stock. And oh man, when did I get these? These were either in 23. These either came out in 23 or 22, but I'm gonna go with 23. Let's see the release date on there. Oh, 22. It was the tail end of 22. December 2nd, 2022. Collaboration with Soulfly. This pair draws inspiration from the serene vibes of fishing, featuring a mix of sail university blue and gray tones for a unique aquatic inspired aesthetic. There's some pretty nice materials on here too. I believe right here in this section right here, there's like that ripstop material as well. So we kind of got like that ripstop. This blue right here, it's kind of like a hairy. It's like a hairy, I don't know, like a nubuck, if that makes sense. But that blue can actually, it can actually kind of like rub off, like, you know, have like little blue specks all over the place. Overall, man, this is a pretty clean kick. I like it. I don't think they're going for anything either. I cop those for retail, but I don't think they're making any noise. Let's take a look. All right, let's try that again. There we go. Let's see if they're making any noise. I wouldn't expect them to be. You know, it was a collab. Nah, they're not doing nothing. Size 13 is 239. The size 12 is 242. I like these joints though. Like the interior too, like that that fabric on the inside heel there. It's nice. Gum bottom on the outside. I like these. Need to break them out and wear them. Yeah, I like that interior right there. Yeah, I like them joints. All right, man, let's get back to this list. Let's see what's good. Fire Pair, he made that shoe to look like his boat. I did not know that, King. Midas in the bill. Appreciate you, Midas. Appreciate you. He said that's the same color as his boat. I didn't know that. That's a nice little fun fact. Midas coming through with the physics. Yo, good looks. Good looking out. Shout out to everybody who's tapped in. Do me a favor, go ahead and double tap that screen. Gotta drop your boy a like. I see y'all in here. Y'all kicking it with me. I don't know where you're located at, but in Colorado, on this mountain time zone, it is 11:28 p.m. And I know I'll be having people tapped in from the East Coast. So it's 1:30 in the morning for y'all. So y'all are definitely getting it in. Appreciate you. All right, let's go ahead and keep moving on this list. Let's see what the deal is. So this came in, the Soulflies came in number 7. All right, so coming in number 6, let's see what we got here. Okay. Chicago Cherry, I mean, it's fair. I don't necessarily like the fact that the Ray Allen PEs were kind of high up. Where was the Ray Allens at? The Benz, this is a nice cake. That's a nice cake. So, all right. So, yeah, the Ray Allen PEs came in at a number 10. I wonder if that's just because of the colorway. I know like the greens and the yellows. Just the mere fact that the wheats came in lower than the Ray Allens is crazy. And these bins are sick. All right, so let's go ahead and go back. All right, Air Jordan 13, Chicago Cherry. That's fair. That is fair. All right. Original release date 1998. It was the OG. It looks like we had a couple of retros. We had a low in 2005, had another retro in 2010, and then another retro in 2017. And I will sit here and tell you, I haven't copped a single pair of this kick at all. Paying homage to the Chicago Bulls, this clean white and red colorway with black accents is a nod to MJ's legacy. I'm gonna be honest with you. it don't really matter what the silhouette is. There's certain colorways and color blockings that you can't go wrong with. And when you say Chicago, that is the head nod. So this came in at number 6. All right, now we're down to the top 5. Keep in mind, I have not seen this list. This is not my list. This is Nice Kicks list. So now, let's see. Top 5. CP3. Okay. Okay. Now, these CP3s remind me of the University Blue. It's a very similar kick, but the CP3s do have that yellow on the bottom. I wouldn't mind having a pair of these. So these are the Chris Paul 3s. I wouldn't mind having a pair of these. All right, dropped on November 7th, 2015, released in honor of Chris Paul's tenure with the New Orleans Hornets. This pair combines black and teal with subtle yellow accents for a unique PE vibe. I want to look these up real quick. I wouldn't mind having a pair of these versus the University Blues, because it's going to be pretty much the same kick minus the yellow tones on the bottom. All right, let's look this up real quick. Let's get a look. See, Truth in the build. What up, fam? What's good with you? King Midas in the build. He said, this the shoe that got me started collecting. That's what's up, fam. That's what's up. Yo, he had a pair. He said, I sold my CP3s, 13s, copped them from a Nike outlet. My bad. Thanks for tapping in. I need a Google Translate on that one. So if I was to translate this right here, he goes, hey yo, Mr. Thing, yo, your content is mad fly. And you know, I just figured I'd just let you know. So I'm gonna say thank you. That was my translation of that. My man could have said, yo, you suck, whatever. But that's the way I translated that. Show love. Thanks for tapping in. Truth in the build. What up, fam? What's good with you? What is good with you? Thanks for tapping in real quick, man. I appreciate you, my brother. Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting my hands on a pair of these joints, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Because like I said, these are gonna be really close to the University Blue. But yeah, these joints is dope. These joints is dope. Size 12. Okay, so it's not bad. Size 12 is looking like 260. A size 13 is 419. So there seems to be a pretty big jump there. But I've always liked these. I've always liked these too. Told y'all, whenever I see a kick that has like this 3M reflective like stitching, threading, especially in the 13, oh man, I just love those. I actually have a pair of bread. I got some bread 13s. I'm looking up at them right now, and I keep them super clean. I mean, I've had them for quite some time. I like these. Oh yeah, yeah. It needs to be very similar to like the Mellow 13s as well. Yes, sir. Oh yeah. So you got the CP on the tongue. Yes. Let me show y'all my my breads. Let me show you my breads real quick, because they're starting to separate. So I need to re-glue them. I need to fix them. Because I kind of been talking about these joints. All right, now that I got my camera working good, let me change the way this light is set up. All right. I was hoping I'd tone it down a little bit. But I'm starting to get a little bit of separation. Starting to get a little bit of separation on these right here. You can kind of see it right there. You see the glue stains there, and just starting to separate just a tad bit. Love these joints, man. No lie. y'all know I'll be making cleaning videos where I be cleaning my kicks. I wear these a lot. I know it don't look like it. But this is an old pair. 2004. This is an old pair right here. It's an old pair. Stop zooming in. Camera doing what it want to do. Yeah, 2004. Old pair. Sneakerhead game in the bill. What up, fam? Yerp. What's good? We got a comment here for Kicknology for Truth. He said, man, you had everything. I was looking at your old videos. Man, I don't understand why your channel don't have 100K subs yet. You got classic old fire videos. 21 years. Yep. Yes, sir. And like I said, I'm gonna have to get these re-glued and do a little bit of work. And got a little bit of separation going on there. You can see it. You see that glue stain right there. But yes, sir. Love these breads. All right. Just real quick, we were kind of shooting through this list here. This is Nice Kicks 13 Air Jordan 13s of all time. So I'm on number 5. So just to kind of show y'all what's on this list right here, I'm gonna scroll up real quick and then we get to number 4. Number 6, we got Chicago Cherries. Number 7, the I'd Rather Be Fishing. The Soulfly collab. The Ben 23s on number 8. At number 9, they gave us the Wheats, which is crazy because the Ray Allen PEs is actually at number 10. At number 11, we got the Island Green. I still want a pair of those as well. At number 12, we have the Altitudes, and then at number 13, the Royals. So this is the Hyper Royal. So this is where we're at. So let's go ahead and see. I have not gone through this list yet, so I'm curious to see. Now we're down to the top 4. So let's see what the deal is. Yes, sir. Yep, pretty easy fix, fam. No doubt. All right, cool. So let's see. Let's get on down. Let's see. Number 6, number 5. Oh, well, look at that. Would you looka here? We got the bread 13s, man. This is my joint right here. All right. So obviously the OG came out in 98. I have a 2004 version. I got a retro. This was retroed a few times. So 2013 and 2017. And yeah, man, this is actually one of my personal favorite. But once again, you know you can't go wrong with a bread colorway. A timeless classic, the bread features a black mesh upper with reflective detailing accented by a vibrant red suede for a bold yet sophisticated look. And yes, bread 13s are amongst my fave. I'm not even gonna hold you. Shout out to Sneakerhead Game, man. Make sure y'all check out his channel. We actually got a few content creators, dope fly content creators. Let me minimize this because I mean this when I say it. I watch all of y'all content, man. Shout out to the content creators, man. Just shout out to YouTube for giving us the platform, man, for us to really share like our passion. I know we be getting like the haters and the trolls and all that stuff, you know. That's just, hey, when you put yourself out there, you know what I mean, you're subject to all of that. But putting that aside, man, shout out to YouTube just giving us the platform. Look, YouTube ain't perfect, you know what I mean? There's issues, you know, with, you know, content, you know, all that stuff, you know, them pushing out. But outside of that, like no hating. Shout out to YouTube for giving us this platform that we're in the space to share our passion. So everyone who's tapped in, because I tend to get people to watching the content, my lives, even after it's broadcasted. So check out Sneakerhead Game. You see his name there on the bottom of the screen. Shout out to Sneakerhead Game. My man got a fly collection. Shout out to King Midas. There you go, his name right there on the bottom of the screen. Make sure you check out his content, like and subscribe. We show him some love. My guy Truth over at Kicknology. Show my brother some love. He be getting it in. Collection fly, energy, he's a believer, brother, all that stuff. Look. Shout out to everybody who's tapped in, man. It's always love on this end. And if I forgot you, if I forgot you, right here, Mr. Throws Nice. I have not checked out your channel, but it looks like he got a couple of pairs of kicks. I don't know, it looks really small on my screen, but it looks like he got a couple of pairs of kicks as his picture. So I wonder if he has a channel. Mr. Throws Nice. Like I said, man, we ain't hating around here. Let me see if I can find his channel real quick. Let me see. All right, YouTube. Pin sites you visit the most. I'm trying to see if I can find the channel real quick. I didn't find it, but I will keep looking. But shout out to everybody who's tapped in. All right, let's go ahead and get on with this Lizist. Let's see what the deal is. All right. Ooh, I'm gonna tell you right now. Hashtag. Oh snap! My bad. I wasn't even sharing the screen. I done zoomed in on it. Didn't share the screen. All right, let me get back. BT in the build. What up, BT? All right, coming in at number three. The He Got Game. Cannot be mad at these. Cannot be mad. OG is in 1997. Retroed quite a few times. 2008, 2013, and 2018. Immortalized in the film He Got Game, this black and white classic is a must-have for both sneakerheads and movie buffs alike. You cannot go wrong with these right here. Now that we're getting down to the nitty-gritty, I wonder if the playoffs are going to be in here, but let's take a look. Hold on a sec. What are these He Got Games? Because I don't have these either. All right, so 12, we're looking at 327, size 13, 453. I wouldn't mind selling a pair or two to pick these up. I actually would not mind doing that. This is a 2013 pair right here. I'm gonna add that to the list. All right, we're getting down to the final two, man. Shout out to everybody who's tapped in. Let's get and keep moving. Flint. Okay. Now we were supposed to see some Flints. Somebody help me out in the chat. Did they get canceled for 26? I know we were supposed to be seeing some Flints come through. I don't know if they were delayed or canceled. I don't remember. But we were supposed to get some Flint 13s, and it did not happen. All right. OGs in 97. Retroed a couple of times, 2005, 2010, and 2020. The Flint is a perennial favorite, blending navy blue and gray with reflective detailing, embodying the AJ13 sleek and futuristic design. I wouldn't mind grabbing me a pair of these. I've never had a pair of Flints. Yeah, I just never had a pair of Flints. Colorway's dope. Lost in the mail said, oh, Lost in Me, or in the mail, he said, why are y'all up? Laughing my culo off. Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, it's 11:44 in Mountain Time, so that's in Colorado. I know I have quite a few people tapping in from the East Coast, so it's 1:40 in the morning. Lost, to your point. Hey, people are up. If you ain't sleeping, you ain't sleeping. BT said, too bad next year's He Got Game is gonna be low top. See, I didn't even know they were even dropping the He Got Games, but yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. Me personally, I am not a fan of like certain kicks and lows, and yeah. I'm not a fan of certain kicks and lows. All right, number one. Okay, All right. Okay, the playoffs. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. That's what I was assuming. So, shout out to Nice Kicks. So we get the playoffs. 13s. Can't be mad. You cannot be mad at this kick. Matter of fact, when these last retroed, not last year, so I want to say these last retroed in 23, these things sat. They were readily available. I mean, if you like 13s, you had an ample opportunity. DSG, Dick Sporting Good, everybody had these things. Dope kick. I need to break mine out. Now I had these back in the day too. Back in 97, I want to say. But let's take a look. Let's take a look. Yep, 97. I had these back in 97. Was hooping in these joints in high school. Sure enough. All right. Release 97, we had a couple of retros. Yep, the 23, so I got the 23 pair now. 97, the OG, retro in 2011, and in 2023. I need to break these out, man, and slam these on foot. You cannot be mad. You cannot be mad. All right. The playoffs are the epitome of greatness. With their black leather upper, white midsole, bold yellow circle on the tongue, as worn by MJ during the 1998 NBA playoffs. Man, what a nice kick. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't think these are making any type of noise as well. Like I said, they sat. In 2023, they sat. I was excited. No lie, I was even excited because that kick is so nostalgic. I was excited to cop these, even though they didn't have the hype or none of that stuff. Yo, I was excited to get my hands on these again. Nice. Size 12, 255, and the 13 is 308. So it's still not bad. You cannot go wrong with a playoff 13. Let me tell you something. Because I talk about this all the time, man. Like there are moments of time when like I kind of kick myself because these joints is fire. Yes, sir. These joints is fire. There are certain moments of time when I kick myself because when I moved out here from New York, I left so much behind. Keep in mind, I drove my I had a little Mitsubishi Eclipse back in the day, so I drove out here by myself to Colorado with my Mitsubishi Eclipse, and literally the only thing that I had with me was whatever that can fit inside my car. So I didn't do like the U-Haul truck or none of that stuff and came out here. I mean, I've left so much behind. Averex jackets, like I've left so much behind, including a ton of kicks. Like literally, y'all just saw me pull out a 2004 pair, but like I've left so much behind, and I regret. I actually regret doing that. I gave stuff away. I was just ready to get out of New York, so I just clothes on the back, couple of suitcases, and some kicks, and came out to Colorado and did like literally like a brand new start. You know what I mean? But let me tell you what I really do regret. What I regret is the fact that back in the day, I used to hoop in all of my J's. So that's number one. I used to hoop in a lot of my kicks, right? Because they were basketball sneakers back in the day. And I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I've never really thought about the future, like sneakerhead game. He got kicks for days. A lot of people do. True, King Midas got kicks for days. But I never really thought about holding on to these kicks like later on down the line. Like I've had white cement fours, man. I've had a lot of these kicks when they first came out, and I would hoop in them. And as soon as I would wear them down or whatever, or I started losing traction, straight to the trash. I'll throw them away and just go get another pair or something else or whatever the case is. I've gone through kicks like that so many times, and that's what I regret. Like not just holding on to them. It'd be so dope. That would be so dope. Zoom out here. My bad. Let me get to some questions here. Say why y'all up? He got games. Jordan 4, is that a mid or a low top? To my knowledge, man, a 4 is definitely a mid. It's definitely a mid. Definitely not a low. Okay, BT answered that. He said 4s are a mid. Red Thunder 4s. Yeah, I wouldn't personally consider a 4 a high top, but it's definitely not a low. And it's the same thing with a Jordan 3. A Jordan 3 is a mid-cut shoe. Now, the only mids that people don't like, they're literally the only mids that people don't like. The Jordan 1 mid. They are notoriously hated. The Jordan 1 mid is notoriously hated. Now, I will tell you this. I am a mid lover, but not every mid. I will have to admit that. Not every mid. Because for those that do know about mids, you know, mids do feel a little bit differently. The materials tend to be different on them and all that good stuff. So rightfully so, I do know why people do not like mids. Because if a Jordan 1 mid, watch this. A Jordan 1 low and a Jordan 1 high are similar kicks. The difference is literally the cut. But for some reason, when it comes to the mid, it's a material difference. Like, that's just what it is. That, hey, that's where we're at. That's where we're at. Anthony said, and people don't like Air Force One mids neither, which is crazy because I actually don't mind Air Force One mid. I haven't had a, yeah, actually, I have a black pair of Air Force One mids. No, I don't. They're Jordan 1 mids. They're black on black on black, and they're like a triple black mid, and I use those for work. Oh, do you remember what you had on feet when you was driving to Colorado? Ooh, I do not. I don't remember what I had on foot. Man. All right. So I came out here. You see, my wife is gonna fight me on this. So when I first came out to Colorado to visit, it was like the tail end of 2003. I moved out here in 2004. So when I first came out here to visit, dang, man, don't get old. Don't get old. I do not remember. King might have said back then, I treated Jordans the same way people treated Air Forces. I hand them out without thinking twice. Yeah, I'm trying to tell you, man. I'll be quick, fast, and throw my J's in the trash, man. Like the moment I couldn't get no traction on them, well, if I was playing, you know, I still grew up in that angle eye because everyone says it's bad now, and I understand it, but I still grew up playing basketball like in the park, like concrete, right? Pavement, gravel, you know, and the moment I didn't have traction, boom, them kicks was gone. They were gone. He said, got some black Air Force Ones. Ooh, I've been trying to find a pair. Gumsole Air Force Ones. Yeah. Yep. Once again, I know y'all know this already because, you know, look, this ain't nothing new, but let's go ahead and bring it back up. For those that don't know, we finally got an update on this. Saturday noon Pacific time, 1 hour, 1 day, 13 hours, 5 minutes and 20 seconds and counting before these fragment 1 lows drop. It's going to be almost an impossible kick to cop, but hey, you know what? If you can get your hands on it, this shoe will not be dropping below $1,000. It just ain't gonna happen. And I was wrong too, because when I first saw these, I didn't really think that they were gonna start off as hot as it did. I thought they'll start off at about 500. Nah, and nope. These things started off hot, and they're gonna remain hot, and they're only gonna go up in price. That's all that's gonna happen. BT said, finally, I was getting tired of refreshing that page. I think we was all doing it. I think everybody's sitting there doing a refresh. Scotty in the build. What else, Scotty? What's good? Scotty, just real quick, I went through a little list. Um, some Air Jordan 13's, nice kicks, had a list. Just to fly through real quick, this is the number one on the list. Respect to the playoff. We got Flints, He Got Game, Breads, of course, my personal favorite. Some CP3s, the Chris Pauls, Chicago Cherries, Soulfly, nice little collab. The Bin 23s, the nice one. Wheats, Ray Allen PEs. Shout out to the Boston Celtics, Island Green, Altitudes, and Hyper Royals. So just to show you what that list was, just to go through that list really fast. Shout out to everybody who's tapped in. What is the deal? I'm cool on $1,000 shoes. I find a pair of Jordan 1 lows at Burlington or Depot for $35. And Anthony, look, I'm not mad at you. I've definitely gone through like different stages. Number one, I'm 45 years old. So of course I'm a Jordan fan. I've watched him play, and I've I've hooped in his shoes and all that good stuff, right? So, but besides that, I've also gone through like just different stages of life. I remember like in my 30s, I started wearing like I had worn some New Balances for a little bit just for comfort purposes, and Air Force Ones, right? So I was rocking some Air Force Ones and stuff like that, and then I got back into my J's, and whatnot. But my whole point is like, look, to each his own. Like everybody got their own little thing, and I will share this. I will share this with you. I lost a child in 2010. I got a son that died, and I started to get back into certain things because in 2010 I also stopped drinking alcohol. So October 30th, man, this is crazy for me to even say it out loud. October 30th of 2025 made 15 years of me being sober. So I haven't had an alcoholic beverage in 15 consecutive years. So let me start by saying that. And right, I don't got nothing against alcohol. If you drink, you drink. You know what I mean? But not my thing. Not anymore. But I found myself I started doing other things, for lack of better words. So whenever people BT, I appreciate you. So whenever people whenever the trollers or like the haters get on here and be like, man, look at this grown up man still wearing Jordans like a little kid. Like people don't be understanding on like how therapeutic certain things for me is. So whenever I do like my sneaker cleanings, that's very therapeutic. Whenever I mow the lawn, that's therapeutic for me. I'm a drummer in church. I play the drumming is therapeutic. I get a lot of back massages and no lie, like foot rubs or like feet massages, but like that's therapeutic for me. These are all things that I've done that I've turned to. Lace swaps is therapeutic for me. But these are other things or like coping mechanisms, so that whenever I have like heavy stress, because stress hits everybody. Everybody got, life happens for everybody, right? But instead of me hitting the bottle, like I'm straight up, like I just do other things. And this right here behind me saved my life. You know what I mean? Like I was having this conversation. Yo, shout out to anybody who hoops or whatever the case is. I was talking to my boy Joel about this. Like, I don't think sometimes people really understand like the impact of how certain things. So like, and pause. I'm not saying this to be like a D rider or none of that stuff. Like flat out. I grew up in that generation of like everybody wanted to be like Mike. Like Michael Jordan was the man. I know, just zoomed in on my face, but whatever. Michael Jordan was the man, right? So of course I had Jordan sneakers. The first time I grabbed rim, I was young. Man, I had Jordans on my feet, and it was like that. Is it the shoes? Like it was like that psychological. But watch this. Growing up in Southside Jamaica, Queens, that's where I'm originally from. Like I don't think people really understand on how like sports is like a. Look, I grew up in that New York era to where You want to be a rapper or you want to be a ball player. That was like your dreams. Like you had hoop dreams, like flat out. Because when you grow up kind of like even in a poor community, you'd be surprised on how many people one ball, one basketball can tie up a whole lot of people. Because everybody couldn't even afford to have a basketball. One football, man, we used to play this game called Kill the Carrier. Now, for my older heads, man, y'all know what this is, man. This ain't nothing but tackle football with no pads. And whoever got the ball, your job is to tackle them so hard to where you make them fumble, right? And you get the ball and you run because people are going to chase you. And, but my whole point is, I don't think people really be understanding on how, like, basketball or baseball or football or soccer, man, it can literally save lives because in the summertime when I was a kid back in New York, like in the hood, you can find me and my crew at the park. Well, this is before cell phones, man. Ain't nobody had no cell phones. When I leave the house early in the morning in the summer, you know where I'm at all day long. I'm at the park. And it kept me out of trouble. It stopped me from selling dope on the streets because everybody seen the dope boys on the corner. We wanted to be like them. I ain't gonna lie. When I was a kid, look, my parents live out right now, even though the store is gone. We used to have a laundromat. Then this is dead smack in the hood. We call them bodegas. The dead smack in the hood. My parents had right on their corner. They had a laundromat, a corner store, and a barber shop. Man, every time I went to the corner store, man, I saw the dope boys out there drinking 40s, doing their thing, and I wanted to be just like them. I walk past them all the time as I'm walking to the park, dribbling my ball. You know what I mean? I wanted to be just like them. So that basketball, man, even though I never made it, hooping, that basketball saved a lot of lives in the hood. A lot. Like a lot. Oh, yeah, they used to call that game Smear the Q. Yeah, yep. Now, yeah, they had, man, you can't even say this stuff nowadays. You know what I mean? You get canceled or whatnot, but no, you're absolutely right. Yayo, he's hilarious. I love watching his interviews. He had me cracking up. Yeah, Yayo is very prevalent. I've never met Tony Yayo. Never met Yayo. Met Fifth a few times, Lloyd Banks a few times. I just never met Yayo. Never met him. But he's a very down to earth, alert individual. I'll tell you that. He said, "What city are you in?" I am in Centennial, Colorado. So I live in Colorado now, but born and raised, man, in New York, LaGuardia Hospital, which is now called like North Shore. But yes, sir. Let me see. I showed up to rehab one shoe, so now I'm a sneakerhead. Up to 20 pairs. Congrats, Ant. Congrats on that. He said, "I'm 41. My bad. It looks like I missed a couple of things here. At 41, I just started with Jordans for real. I was also an Air Force One guy, but I've been sober for 18 months. Heroin and crack. Yo, hold on a second. Number one, I appreciate your transparency, man, and that is something to be proud of. That is my guy right there, Anthony, man. Salute, brother. That is huge. Man, that's what's up. Scotty, I appreciate you. Scotty said, "I'm sorry for your loss. That's a huge accomplishment for sobriety. 100% clear. I appreciate you." Me and Anthony out here. Anthony, shout out, salute to you. Salute to you. So King, to my knowledge, I mean, that's what I think as well. King's asking, only the people who were able to put their emails in today are the ones entering, right? I mean, to my knowledge, that's what I think's happening, but I guess we will find out. We shall see. Because another thing that's kind of notorious with this whole Travis Scott website is, the notorious thing about it is, we already know, man, there's plenty of people that get emails or whatever the case is, and they will go into their information like ASAP. I'm talking about like as soon as possible, and then it's already like sold out and whatever. So I don't know. The way they be doing their releases is a little funky, you know. Just to put that out there. Funky, funky, funky. But yeah, that basketball, man, baseball, football, whatever it is, tennis, handball, whatever it is, you know, you play paddleball, whatever you played back in the day. I mean, like it literally changed lives, saved lives, and changed lives. Even if you never made it to, like, you know, the professional level or the big stage or whatever, it kept us out of trouble, and that's like the important part right there. It kept us out of trouble. I ain't saying I didn't get into trouble when I was a kid. You know what I mean? I did all types of things I wasn't supposed to be doing, but you know, like I said, I stayed away from the dope boys. Knew them all, right? But stayed away from them. You know, yeah, that ball kept us out of trouble. I remember where I was going with this. You know, when I was younger, I said, I'm talking about my feet. I used to be able to run pretty fast. And one of the things that would bother me, depending on the type of person that I would talk to, they would say stuff like, well, of course you can run fast, you're black, right? And I'm like, now, number one, let's just, for full transparency purposes, I will tell you this. Genetics does play a part in things. So that's number one. Genetics does play a part in things. But for the sake of the argument of people discrediting hard work, it's not because you're black. It's because, you know, as kids growing, once again, you grow up kind of poor. All you do is run as a kid. Like, literally, that's all you do is run. You create games even as you're a kid, whether you're having a water balloon fight or a water gun fight, red light, green light, 1, 2, 3, whatever, whether the girls are jumping rope or whatever the case is, that's all you're doing is running and moving. Like, literally, that's all we've been running our entire lives. That's the answer, actually. That's why we can run fast, because we've been running our entire lives. We don't just run to train. Right? Like, when you're a kid, that's all you're doing is running. Like, all day long, you run. You run. You want to get to the store or something real quick, you run there, run back. You know what I mean? Like, everything's running. So, you know, genetics does play a part. But, you know, when people try to discredit the hard work that you put in, and this is just in life in general, you know, of course you can rap. You're black. And it's like, don't do that. You know what I mean? Like, no, like, there's hard work that gets put in. You take a look at some of these players. You know, I'm going to pick on Kobe a little bit. You know, rest in peace, Kobe, but I'm going to pick on Kobe. You know, you take a look at some of these players. He wasn't a phenomenal basketball player because he was black. He was excellent at what he did because when most people were sleeping, he was in the gym. When most people was partying, he was in the gym. When most people were doing whatever it is that they were doing, video games, kicking it with their friends, whatever, spending time with family, whatever it is that they were doing, he was in the gym. So that work ethic reflected his excellence, kind of reflected what was happening behind the scenes to what was happening on the court. And I'm using that as an example. It's not just because he was black. Oh, Kobe was black, so he's good. No. Even he had to put that work in. That's my final take on that one. What are your thoughts? Real quick. What are your thoughts on these black cats fours? Has the energy shifted because y'all been hearing these videos of all of the squeak? They call them the SpongeBobs or whatever the case is. Has anyone's energy shifted because of the squeaky shoe? Tap in real quick and let me know. From all of the videos that I'm seeing, that squeak seems to be coming from, I don't have the shoes, but I just happen to have some fours right here next to me. Yo, speaking of, my bad, y'all give me a minute because I need to drop a video. I need to release this video. I was waiting for it to upload and blah blah blah, so let me release this video real quick. I usually do not release videos at midnight, but I want to get these Air Max 95s. I just want to get them off. So let me release this. I just dropped this video. I wanted to get it out tonight because I was talking about this Travis Scott website and all that stuff. So I just want to release that. All right, cool. I just uploaded the Air Max 90. I haven't had an Air Max 95 since, like, I don't know, 2017, 2018. So I just cop those SBs, and joints is dumb comfortable. I'm glad I got them. The outdoor activity, playing around and running, really did eliminate adolescent diabetes and some of these other diseases. I agree with that as well. Like wholeheartedly agree with that. That young exercise is very good for you. BT said, I was on a fence, but I made pass due to the squeak. Oh, that's why I was pulling these out. I would be obviously these aren't black cats, but what I've been seeing, I don't know if you can hear that, but there actually is a squeak even with these. But what I've been, and it's very faint, but what I've been seeing is this right here seems to be metallic, or it's vinyl, it's shiny, and that seems to be the culprit. So I wonder if somebody will, I might even do it to see if you can peel that off, right here, right on that wing, the eyelid on the wing. Maybe you can peel that off, put some acetone on it or something. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but actually these are making a squeaking sound. But anyway, it's not as bad as what I've been hearing, but or you know what? Or when you lace them up, just take the flap, take the wing, and don't even have the wing touching. If the noise is coming from these pieces right here, then when you lace them without the wing attached to it, and it shouldn't squeak. I guess we'll find out when we get our hands in the shoe. But maybe that's what I'll do. I just won't even have the wing attached. It's still a Black Cat 4, I guess, at the end of the day. So if you ain't got no Black Cat 4s and you like 4s, why not? Might have said, what do you think about the recent news involving Steph Curry and Under Armour? I don't see him leaving. I believe Under Armour will work it out and give him the deal he deserves. That's a good question. I mean, from what I know, he's packing up and leaving shop. I mean, the question is, will Steph come to Nike? Ooh, that's the question. That's the question. Will Steph come over to Nike? That is the question. King said white cement 4s make a noise too. King said he can hear it. All right, good looks. People tripping. All right, BT said the video I saw, they were squeaking hard while walking in them. Squeaking hard while walking in them. Yeah, so hate to lose. Shout out to my brother Joel. He told me that for any shoe that squeaks, on the underneath the insole, you can put some baby powder, in there as well. So to help out with squeak. So I would be curious on trying to find some solutions to the squeak, or if it's just something that we're gonna get stuck with. You know what I mean? To where it's like, hey, it is what it is. Because my Bread 11s, here goes the weird part. My Bread 11s, I love once again another bread colorway. I'll be loving my bread anything. But my Bread 11s, they squeak from time to time. So they don't always squeak. I don't know. It depends on the type of floor I'm walking on, everything, man. It depends on if it was raining outside and now I don't know. It'll squeak on carpet, but it will not squeak on carpet. It's weird. So I'm gonna try that little baby powder, hack as well. It won't hurt to try it. Definitely won't hurt to try it. But at the end of the day, like I said, it's still a Black Cat 4. So that's my final answer. It's like, still gonna get the shoe. I mean, I ain't gonna hold you. still gonna get it. The question is, how am I gonna get this shoe? Am I gonna get it for a juicy deal? That's the question. So, all right, now that we had the Rare Air 11s drop and the taxis dropped, now what's on the remaining on my list for the rest of this year there's gonna be the Chicago 1 lows, the Black Cat 4s, Gamma 11, Bugs Bunny 8s, not necessarily in this order, but I'm just naming them off. And then the come on, help me. The 10s. Not steel 10s. The come on. Work it out. Shadow. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Thanks, BT. Man, I was over here on the struggle bus. Man, my brain, I was thinking about pizza and I was thinking about a whole lot of things. I don't know why I couldn't get the name of this shoe. I'm over here thinking like, man, I wouldn't mind some Anthony's Pizza, right? I was like, come on, I need some help. What are we doing? Shadow 10s. Man. Yeah, so that's what I have left on the list. And I might be missing. Shout out to J Elevate. I still need to watch his video. He dropped, make sure you check out my guy J Elevate. I believe he dropped this Kobe video. So make sure you'll check out those Caitlin Clark Kobe 6s. I'm looking forward to that review. I'm not personally messing with the Amas, the 4s or the 6s. BT, you got those in your Corsairs? I'm not personally messing with the Amas. I'm on. Now let me tell you a shoe I would like to get. I would like to get those, the Ama 3s, the diffuse blue, is it? Let me look those up real quick. I wouldn't mind getting my hands on a pair of those. Let's looky. I think I got like a low-key beef with Alma, so I don't know what's going on with me and Alma. I think I'm gonna go on like an Alma strike. And that's only because now these right here, I actually do like these joints. And I know they didn't go for anything crazy. Let's see what the size 13, 234 and 206, 412. So I do like this colorway. I was just kind of getting tired of the that all of that burgundy or whatever it is. I was just getting tired of it. But I do like these joints right here. I might spin the block. I might have to spin the block for these. I do like that. That's a solid cake. Yeah, I do like those. See, I'm probably gonna go for them. I love my Amas. Yeah, man. I mean, look, let's just be honest. When it comes to materials and all that stuff, I mean, no doubt. I'm definitely not. I'm not dissing the brand, right? Because I have Amas. Maybe I'm just getting tired of the same colorway, and that's why I like these 3s. What do you think of the Jordan 4 Manilas? Man, let me get a reminder. What is a Manila? Let me take a look. I'm getting old, y'all. I'm old head. I'm an OG. If y'all don't know what an OG stands for, that stands for old guy. Manila. Were these just a sample? Is that what these were? Why am I not finding it? Let me try again. Dornbecker Forest. Y'all want to see some Dornbecker Forest? Shout out to my guy Sneaker Head Game. My man got Dornbecker Forest in the build. I watched that video a long time ago. So I'm showing these right here. Was these Manilas just a sample? Is that? Let me try to. try it again. I mean, colorway's dope. If this is the shoe, 2020, currently unavailable. So this looks like this is just a sample pair. The green one. Okay. Ken Norton in the build. What up, Ken? Thanks for tapping in real quick. Appreciate you, brother. Passing on the 6s though. Yeah. I feel you. I feel you on that. Oh, the green one. So is this, did that shoe ever release right here? Or because I'm just showing like a sample. It just says 2020 Jordan 4 Manila sample. So, I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I think the colorway is hot. But look, I've been all over these greens and yellows. I like greens and yellows. Let's see what StockX got here. Yeah, nobody. Look, nobody got nothing on these. Yeah, shoot. I mean, truth be told, it's kind of hard to tell in this particular picture, but truth be told, I was trying to see what type of materials that was. I think it's a nice kick. Colorway's hard. Woo! Okay, they're priced at $20K. Makes sense. Can't be many of them around. Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I had to jump online real quick. Shout out to everybody who's tapped in, man. I appreciate everyone who joined the live stream. For those of y'all that don't know, if you are new to the channel, number one, I just want to tell you thank you, man. Thanks for stopping by. You know what I'm saying? It's always cool to see some new faces, new names pop up. Then, of course, we had a couple of the OGs in the building. I am currently on the road to full monetization. All that means is you have to get 4,000 watch time hours within a 365-day time frame period. And I'll be honest with you, it's one of those tricky things to do. It's like it's easy to do, but it's not easy to do. And I need like 550 hours. That's where I'm at. Another 550, and I will be fully monetized. That's the next milestone, is monetization, and then 10,000 subscribers. I'm shooting for the moon. So it'd be 10K subscribers, but shout out to everybody who's tapped in, because honestly, and this doesn't just go for me, this goes for like your favorite content creators. It works wonders. It's really good for the channel, our channels, when you like the video or when you interact just by you going into the comment section, or if you watch anyone's video and you drop a comment. That engagement is just beneficial for channels. It really does help. Whether you shared, subscribed, whatever, dropped a comment or whatever, to hit the like button, whatever, it all counts and it all matters. Even if you stop in for 10-15 seconds, it counts and it matters. So bottom of my heart, I want to tell y'all thank you. Thanks for tapping in. It is 12:24 on Colorado time, and I will tell you Mountain time, and I'll tell you right now, I am not about to go to sleep. I just dropped a video with the Air Max 95s. I haven't worn, man, I haven't worn an Air Max in a very long time. So it's like coming back to it. You know what I mean? So they're super comfortable. I dropped a video on those Eric Costin, the SBs, and I like them. But I'm not even about to go to sleep. Like, no lie, I'm literally about to make another video. I have a couple of pairs of shoes that I just never made a video on, and now that we got the final part of the Rare Air 11s from the Rare Air pack, I'm thinking about dropping a video on these Jordan 4s. I don't think anyone's really gonna watch it, but I'm still just gonna make the video. Then shout out to Purple Haze, because he was at SneakerCon in Chicago. Picked me up a pair of the the Nigel One Lows, the Better with Time. So I'm looking at it as a sealed box, like pointing right here behind camera. I got those. I got the soft pink Jordan 5s behind camera right here. I got the Air Jordan 3 Family Affairs. I got juicy deals and all of this stuff. So literally sitting here behind camera, and I've never made a video on them yet. So I still got some more content. I'm just gonna push out there. Why not? I'm just gonna push it out there. Let me see. What could ask? Whoa. He said, do you have the Jordan Max Aura 5s? I do not. God bless you too, brother. I appreciate you. He said, just subbed up, man. Good looking out. Good looking out. The Max Aura, I have looked at those though. Do you have those? Because something new. I was hopefully my wife's not watching. I don't know. I don't think she is, because she'll normally tap in and say hi. Her name is Mandy Pandy when you see her in the comments. But no lie, my wife, she don't exercise, right? So I've been looking up like a good hiking or trail shoe, because I've been stumbling across a lot of like trails and inclines out here in Colorado. So apparently we have this incline out here. It's called Manitou Springs. It's located up in Colorado Springs. I find myself up in Colorado Springs more than what I normally am, because I'm a mover. But I was really trying to find a good shoe to do like some hiking and like some walking and like, but like, you know, some off road terrain, you know, rocky dirt, whatever, you know, good grip or whatever the case is, like a good nice little hiking shoe. So but I want to start, I don't know, it's weird, like I've never had any type of interest in like doing any of these hikes and all that stuff, and now like I'm 45 years old, and I don't know, maybe my old man side is kicking in, but I actually want to do this, you know, and I hear it's a challenge too. That's the best part, you know, because of the altitude, which clearly I'm used to the altitude out here, but I've heard people say like, number one, they couldn't finish it, so they have all of these like bailout routes to where like if you can't finish the hike, you can bail out, whatever. But let's see what the deal is. Let me see. Nike Trails are good too. Merrill Trail shoes, try them. Good looking out. Good looking out with the info. Appreciate that. You said incline, you mean mountains. Hi, you should check out the Fallen Firefighter Memorial in Colorado Springs. I will go check that out, BT. I actually will go check that out. I don't want to put them on blast, but like one of my customers, and I do a lot of work for her because she calls me all the time. She's a realtor. She just moved up to Colorado Springs. When I say just, it's been a couple of months, but she's still getting her house like in order. But man, she lives right off of Garden of the Gods. Like it's a multi-million-dollar property, and I didn't even know they had a community over there. But beautiful home, and like Garden of the Gods is like right in her backyard, like literally. Do you like that new YouTube live update? It makes you have 2 different chats now. Yes, and I'm glad you mentioned that, because I forgot to turn it on. All right, so literally, now that you mentioned it, I just turned it on, which is funny. Good looking out. Oh well, actually, you said YouTube update. That's a good question, because we stream on StreamYard. I haven't even tried it with YouTube yet. Let me see. Size, the font. All right, so you can change that. Tall, wide, big font. Okay. Do me a favor, now that I just turned this on, somebody, because watch this, I don't know why, like on my screen it shows Sneaker Head Game. So somebody just type something in the chat real quick. I just wonder if it's gonna come up live or if there's a delay. Let me see. Because I don't know why it's not like updated. Let's see. All right. So King, your hello came through. BT said type. So yeah, your hello. That's. So I don't know. It looks like it's fairly quick. Hello. All right, there goes hello too. So that came up on my StreamYard, but it didn't come up on the live feed on the bottom. So I wonder what that delay is. So BT's type didn't come through, and your hello too didn't come through yet. So I just wonder. I type on both chats. Yeah. So I'm not exactly sure on how that works. Oh, maybe maybe it depends on what they're watching from, because I have both going on right now. So I have the vertical and I have the landscape mode. So technically I got two lives going on right now, which I think is dope, because I know some people like watching in a vertical form, and then some people don't like it. Like some people use their TVs to watch YouTube, and if you're vertical on a TV, kind of like it has like that strip there, and you're not getting like the full use of your TV when you're only looking at a little strip. So he said, all right, this chat is from the short. Okay, so I wonder if, but I don't know, it should still pop up on both. It's a dope ad though. It's a dope ad for sure. But I don't know why it's not. Okay. All right. So he said this is from the other one. Okay. So maybe only my landscape mode pops up on the chat. Good looking out, because like I said, I really didn't know how that works. You know, they roll out with these new features, and I'm like, man, it's pretty dope. This is pretty dope. What we got dropping? I know we got the Chicago One Lows. Is anything dropping tomorrow? Anything else, should I say? Anything else dropping tomorrow? That's what it was. See, I had it in my calendar the Tank Davis fight, man. So the Paul and Davis Tank, they were supposed to have been a fight tomorrow. That's what's on my schedule. So I was gonna stream, like how Jay and I be streaming like the WrestleMania. We streamed the Canelo fight. I was gonna stream tomorrow, during that fight, but that whole thing got canceled. Anybody know any updates on that, by the way? You see the new picture of the Laser One Air Jordan? No, I haven't. Who has that? Who has that up, King? Do you have it? Yeah, Tank backed out because he didn't want to take the fall. Yeah, I know it, and I mean, like, I know people be getting all in, all hype and interested, into their sports, man. But at the end of the day, look, man, it's entertainment. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. It is pure entertainment, and these boys is out here making a lot of money putting on a show. You know what I mean? And that's what it really comes down to. And I do agree with that. I think Tank was definitely going to try to lace that boy up, but I'm also pretty sure they got them signing like NDAs and all types of other legal stuff behind the scenes too, in order to protect their fighters. So like in theory, I'm just making this up. Like in theory, if Tank would have took that fight just to act like he was going to play the game and then hurt Paul, he'll probably get sued something massive because of that too. So, even though I'm sure that's what the people want to see, he still got to protect himself too. BT said, I'm definitely not giving Jake Paul any attention after wasting my time watching that Tyson fight. And bro, facts, because I'm telling you right now, like the winners was Paul and Tyson, because Tyson walked away with like $20 million, and I think Jake Paul walked away with like 60. So, I mean, bro, what did they have? 2-minute rounds and 10 rounds? We're talking making $20 million in 20 minutes. If that's not winning, I don't know what is. Jake Paul made $60 million in 20 minutes. You get people that won't touch a fraction of that money in their lifetimes, and he just made that in 20 minutes of work. So when you look at it that way, look, them boys is winning. And you're right, that fight was trash, but then again, man, they got paid. Man, they got paid. So there's that. Now that Crawford Canelo fight, Bud and Canelo, that was a good fight. And matter of fact, every undercard that they had on to that fight, all of those are good. But obviously, we're talking about real boxing, right? That was real. That was actually a good lineup. It actually was. Yeah, WWE is entertainment. Boxing is supposed to be an actual fight. You're right, but because you know what happens, man. I have a saying. I have a saying. If you can manipulate the stock market, you can manipulate the world. That's like my little saying. And we know the stock market's manipulated. So if you can manipulate the stock market, man, you can manipulate anything. Yep, I'm talking about Super Bowls, Stanley Cups. You can look. Money talks. Money talks. And at the end of the day, look, it comes down to money, strategy, and all that stuff. So, you know, everything is still always up in the air. Just to be honest with you. Matter of fact, I was talking about this. Y'all remember? Y'all remember that movie Pulp Fiction? I know it's just a movie, but because I was talking about this to my boy Joel. You know, when you mentioned Tank didn't want to take the fall. You remember Bruce Willis' character, in that movie of Pulp Fiction? Bruce Willis was a boxer, right? He had some mob ties or whatever in the movie, and at the end of the day, he was supposed to take the fall. Not only did Bruce Willis not take the fall, but he knocked the other dude out. So now he's in like double trouble, right? Not only did he just not lose, but not only did he just not take the fall, he actually knocked out the other guy. So he won the fight. It was like, all right, you totally just messed up everything. So that was the whole point behind people being after him. You know, all the way to the point to where Ving Rhames' character, you remember that scene inside the shop when Ving Rhames kind of caught up to him and they both, you know, got held captive. Bruce Willis broke free. Ving Rhames is getting diddied in the basement, and he was just about to leave him. Like Bruce Willis, like, I'm out. Like, I got away, I escaped. And just when he got to the front door, he heard the party going. He heard the party going on downstairs. And even Bruce Willis was like, nah, I can't leave him down there like that. So Bruce Willis went back, you know, helped him out. But anyway, the whole point of the story was he was a boxer in that movie, and he was supposed to have taken a fall, and he didn't take it. So King Midas said, hey, yo. I'm just saying, there's a party going on. Want no party, we want no part of, but I'm just saying, there was a party going on. It was ironic. You know the irony behind it is, it was a party in the basement, but still a party in his basement. Oh, hold on. Let me see. Sneakerheads. You see, so I can't even click in that link. Let me see if I can. You see, that's another thing, King. I don't know why. Double trouble. You ain't never lie. I don't know why. Like whenever certain links be going up in the chat, like it's not a clickable link. So it's not letting me click on it. And I'm on the chat even in the chat. Let me see. Yeah. Let me see if I can Google that real quick. Laser 1, Air Jordan 1 laser. Is this a woman's kick? Nah, that's not the woman's one. That's a mid I'm looking at. Nah, this ain't the one. I'm bugging. All right, let me try something else here. Let me see if I can find this. Oh, I have seen these. Okay, I have seen these. Okay, I have. All right, so initially, number one, I like them. That's number one. I like these. I have seen these joints. It almost gives me like, but then again, no, it don't. I like these. Oh yeah. This joint is dope. I like those. I'm a one fan. Yeah, I like them joints. But yeah, man, shout out to everybody who's tapped in. Let me see. Today is Friday. Do we have anything? Let's see if there's anything dropping today. Maybe I'll do a live this morning. I'm off of work. Why not? What's dropping? What's dropping today, this morning? A dunk low off no air and summit right. White. So that's it. We just got a dunk low dropping. How do materials look on there? How that leather? Let's take a look at that leather quality. Yeah, ain't nothing I'll be picking up. Yeah, I'm gonna make a video. I need to get these Jordan 4s, Red Air 4s out just so that I can pull out all of the Red Airs. I don't have the Cinnabar, but I'll pull out the Red Air 1, the 4 Red Air, the undefeated 4s, the Jordan 3 Red Air, and the Jordan 11. I'll get them all out. I'm not gonna lie. Like, after I got the Jordan 11 in hand, I'm ranking that shoe a little bit higher than what I thought I would. Which is crazy for me to say, but it's actually, you know, hey, it's my personal pick. How do you feel about the up-tempo black and white dropping next year? I haven't copped any of those silhouettes. Nice shoe, but I haven't copped any of those. So like there's even shoes that I used to wear. I used to hoop them back in the day, man. I used to hoop in those like those Barclays, something tough. But I haven't picked up any retros. So nice shoe, but yeah, it isn't nothing that I'll be grabbing. All right, man, let me go ahead and get to some content, make some more content. If y'all got some time, what I see a few people have already done, go ahead and tap into one pair at a time. We'll be on there Saturday morning. That's where you got my guy Purple Haze, my guy Jay over at Jay Elevate, and my guy Lewis over at Where Your Kicks 26, and of course myself, Mr. Think I'm Possible. One pair at a time, podcast every Saturday morning. I think throughout the past year and a half or 2 years we've been doing this, we probably missed like 1 or 2 Saturdays, but other than that, you know, because life happens, but other than that, we're typically on. You know, those are my guys, my crew. Shout out to everybody who tapped in, man. Y'all been showing me so much love. I'm an hour and 43 minutes into the stream. I appreciate y'all. I'm on the road to monetization. Some freaky stuff's been happening with my channel too. You know, just the other day, I lost a couple of hours for like no reason, but you know, we're gonna make it up and we're gonna make it happen. Make it up, make it happen. I'm gonna get on here tomorrow. So just real quick, is the fight still going on? And just the main event? I don't know how to say it. Is the fight completely canceled? I know Tank's not fighting, but is Paul fighting somebody else? Like, what's the status of this fight? I guess that's my question. Are they gonna have like a last minute, you know, fill-in or whatever the case is? But I'm not really sure. Anyway, you slice it, man. I appreciate y'all, man. It's always love in its end. Thanks for tapping in. I'm about to make some more content, probably drop another video in the morning and so on and so forth. I love y'all, man. Like, real talk.